Welcome back to another tabletop video, this time featuring the Terabox versus the Gholdengo matchup. So my friend is actually playing pretty much the Shuffle Squad's list of the Gholdengo. However, one thing of note is that either I didn't see it or he doesn't play it, but the Vengeful Punch is missing here. That's the one where once you get knocked out, you do, I think it's 4 damage to the Pokemon that knocked you out, which is very important for the Gholdengo matchup, specifically for the Pikachu in the Terabox. But anyway, first things first though, I'm on the right playing Terabox and I get to start, so I nest ball for the Latias and I also have a Ditto in hand. So that means that Ditto can now be transformed restarted into whatever I want. I also have another nest ball to get the Fan Rotom to get me my Hoot Hoots and Noctiles. So one important thing to note about, playing as Terabox is you always worry about, if you grab these Noctiles, do you just get Ioned on your next turn? The nice thing about certain decks, for example, Terabox is that, or not Terabox, for Gholdengo, they don't always want to play Iono. They like to play their Arvins for superior energy retrievals and the TM Evos, and they like to play Cypher Maniacs Code Breaking to stack their deck. So against certain decks, it's a bit safer, quote unquote, to go for these where you don't get Ioned. Unlike say Arvin, or unlike say, let's say Dragapult, which is playing like 3, maybe even 4 Ionos. That's the one where you have to kind of worry about that. Speaking of, there's the Arvin, Buddy Buddy Poffin, and TM Evo. And here's a big mistake, like my friend even calls out later on. He plays 2 Buddy Buddy Poffins, and he grabs 2 Gimmighouls and 2 Dunsparces, and then will use the Evo on both of those Gimmighouls. Now, if you're a Gholdengo player, the main benefit of playing as Gholdengo is that you can have your board set up entirely of stage 1s, and then, or basics, and then once you're ready, then you can evolve and immediately start swinging. There's not a lot of setup between your 1 prizes and 2 prizes. So you can force him to take 1 prize, go down to 5, and then force him to take 2 again. And that's why this is a misplay, because now I can go for a Noctile to go for a Torrential Pump on both the small little Gimmigool and then the Dunsparce on the bench, giving me 2 prizes. Then I only need to KO 2 more Gholdengos, which I can do with a Pikachu. So there I also grab a Teal Mask Ogerpon, and I bench down a Terapagos. The Terapagos here is kind of pointless because Terapagos will never KO a Gholdengo. And here I was thinking like, oh, maybe I can like Sob or Torrential Pump onto the Gholdengo to weaken things. But then I realized, oh wait, I can just go for 2 prizes here no matter what. So the Terapagos is like, it'll never hit because it only does 240 max, and the Crown Opal doesn't matter because it is a stage 1 on his side. And I already have Teal Mask Ogerpon, so I don't need another Terra Pokemon in play. I have Sparkling Crystal in hand, but I don't need to attach it to the, or I shouldn't attach it to the Wellspring Ogerpon. That's why I was debating, do I attach it here? That's because I need the Sparkling Crystal for, what is it called? Pikachu instead. So instead, I grab Earthen Vessel and a E-Switch to also grab energy, and then I also set it up for, I start setting up for the Pikachu on the following turn, so I start grabbing the metal. The other thing I need is the electric energy. So I Teal Dance, and I grab the Pikachu, and I instantly bench it, which is also a sort of misplay. And then I go for a Torrential Pump on those 2 for 2 prizes. I have Sparkling Crystal in hand as well, so arguably you could say, oh, I'm putting down the Pikachu so I don't get Ioned, but in that case, why would I not attach Crystal as well? On the other hand though, now he could just counter catch up the Pikachu and smack it already before I even have a chance to do anything, right? So I think in this matchup here, Pikachu, you really want to bench it only once you're ready for an attack, otherwise it just becomes a liability now. So thankfully though, he doesn't get the KO, but he does grab, I think it's, or he Cypher Maniacs, which again, that's why I said it's kind of pointless to quote unquote, oh, play a Pikachu down now, because more often than not, they're going to need to do something else. For example, Cypher Maniac or Arvin to get the Energy Search Pro. So he does that and he grabs, I think 7 energy. I think he's missing out a Grass energy. But yeah, noticeably as well, he doesn't grab a tool card from that, or he didn't grab a tool card as well from like the Cypher Maniac. So I'm assuming either Vengeful Punch was prized or maybe he just doesn't play it. But either way though, attaches in energy. Now he only needs 5 for the knockout. But first he also evolves into the Dunsparce and grabs 3 cards and then shuffles that back in. So in my head, like I'm already thinking and he knows that I have the metal energy as well to start going for the next turn. And I also, you always should assume that, you know, the opponent has a Noctowl or something, or they always have that out, right? Especially against Gholdengo. Something I realized is assume they have boss. Assume they're going to find superior energy retrieval because of how much draw power they have and all the Cypher Maniacs and Arvins that they play. Yeah, he's going to Ultra Ball just for a Dunsparce again, which is kind of costly, but, you know, it gets the Dunsparce out at least. Sets him up for more draw on the next turn as well. All that being said, Ananda, from that Energy Search Pro, he now has a bunch of energy. 5 is all it takes, and that gets a knockout on the Wellspring. So, promote the Latias, because of course, free retreat. And then, what do I need? Essentially, I just need another Grass Energy. I don't want to attach Electric and Metal, because then you discard both of those, and it's a bit of a mission to get those back for another attack. Ideally, with Pikachu, you want to have Sparkling Crystal, and then use Grass Metal, discard both of those, and then Grass Electric, discard both of those. And then, you know, you have a Night Stretcher as well, maybe even 2 to attack with those again. So there's Sparkling Crystal, there's the Metal Energy. Now I just need the Grass Energy, which I think I Ultra Ball here to get the Noctowl. Oh, sorry, no, I get the Fez for 3. Or did I have I think I had a Noctowl in hand, or that was a Nest Ball. No, I had to discard card, so I was Ultra Balling for the Fezandipity. And off of that, I draw, I think I draw, oh, it's because my other last card was another Ultra Ball, so I was phasing for more cards to potentially, what is it called? Get Ultra Ball fodder. So I get the Grass Energy, but I can't obviously attach because I've already attached the Electric for turn. So I use that on the Ogerpon for Teal Dance, and now I have to commit the Noctowl, unfortunately. So I grab the Crispin to get an energy switch as well. So the Crispin gets me the Grass Energy that I can attach from the Crispin onto the Pikachu, but it also sets me up by grabbing the Electric Energy and also the E-Switch from Noctowl. So on the following turn, all it takes is going to be Electric Energy from hand, Energy Switch from the Teal Mask Ogerpon, and this will be a knockout. Obviously, my friend knows this, but again, he either has to play the Iono, but then he has no guarantee that he has his energy, or, you know, just try, like, he knows the only other way is KO this Pikachu, which he can't, or KO the Teal Mask Ogerpon, so I can't E-Switch on the following turn. So that's going to be what he goes for here. He has the Iono in hand, actually, there. You saw a glimpse of it. But he chooses not to play it, because, I mean, I still have plenty of, what is it called? Energy Switches and Crispins in the deck as well. But yeah, I'm not sure why he doesn't play the Iono, but he goes for the Arvin instead. And again, yeah, grabs Counter Catcher and no other tool. So I think maybe Vengeful Punch was prized because you could see that he was fanning through the rest of the deck to see if there was anything else that he could grab. And then there's the superior energy retrievals. I think that was a big concern as well, right? If he Ionos, there's no guarantee that he gets his knockout because both of his superior energy, or 2 of his superior energy retrievals, were in his hand. So there's no guarantee he would have drawn the other 2 after all of that shuffling. Either way, I lose my Teal Mask Ogerpon. I still have the electric energy, so I just need a Crispin and a way to get another Grass Energy onto this Pikachu. I do have the energy switch also, so I just need, I think I go for a Ultra Ball to guarantee the Teal Mask Ogerpon. I think I was just contemplating, do I get a Mew as well for more draw power, but I thought, no, I can go for the Teal Mask Ogerpon instead, because technically speaking, I have a lot of outs. Crispin gets me an out, a Grass Energy plus E-Switch gets me, or just a Grass Energy, or like a Night Stretcher for the Grass Energy as well. There's multiple ways for me to get off this attack, so I'll attach the, I'll first phase for 3, and I get another E-Switch, and I get Professor's Research. So I attach the Lightning Energy for turn. Now, if I research this away, I discard 2 of my E-Switches. So in my head, I'm thinking, ooh, this is a bit of a dicey one. But again, the nice thing is that with Pikachu in the active, I can sort of tank out a hit unless he has Boss. So like that, but then again, that's using up his support of return. So I'm just contemplating, you know, saying, here's the research and here are my outs. And you'll see off of these 7 cards, I draw 2 Grass Energies, a Night Stretcher, and the last E-switch, and of course a Crispin as well. But obviously, Crispin wouldn't matter because I played the Professor's Research. But yeah, essentially as the Gholdengo player, honestly that turn 1 would have been a lot better if you only grab 2 Gholdengos off of Buddy Buddy, or 2 Gimme Ghouls off of Buddy Buddy Puffin, and evolve those 2. Because then, as the Terabox player, you kind of have to only take 1 prize, or you take 1 prize with Torrential Pump and ping a Gholdengo, which sets up a Monkey Dory to move that damage back across, forcing them to take the extra prizes. But again, yeah, I don't know my friend's list exactly. I don't know if I got lucky in that his Vengeful Punch was prized, or if he doesn't play it, but that would have definitely been a different story had he been able to knock out that Pikachu on the 1 turn instead of having to gust up my Teal Mask Ogerpon. Arguably, there is still a way that you could get another attack off with Pikachu, but the issue is then you need a Night Stretcher to get the Pikachu back. And sure, I did have the Electric Energy in hand, but because you lose that Sparkling Crystal, you still need a Crispin and then an E-switch, which on that final turn, maybe I could have gotten away with because you saw I Professor's Research into the Crispin. But in that scenario, that is also where the Super Rod as a potential add-in can also help out. Because of course, once your Pikachu is knocked out, and let's say you've already used up both energy somehow, you would need 3 recovery cards to get back the Pikachu, and then you do need the metal and the lightning energy since you don't have that Sparkling Crystal anymore. Super Rod can get you back all 3 of them, and then, you know, you can also Crispin for those back as well. But yeah, looking at the Atlanta Regionals, at least from the day 1 at the time of this recording, there's been a lot of Gholdengo players, more so than Terabox, so that might be a good reason to worry about that as the Terabox player. But otherwise, yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Until next time, bye-bye!